thank you all for being here this afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. That's always a really good thing when it's a two-way interaction. Welcome everyone to the official opening of ReGEN, the 2024 Members Exhibition of the Western Australia Textile and Fibre Association. Could I have a show of hands of the artists that are here today who have worked in the show? And that's another really wonderful moment. People have travelled from far. We have people from the regions as far south as Albany who made a trip to be here today, and it's a wonderful thing. And I think it is very reflective of the membership at the moment. I want to take a moment of also being in this space, in this moment. We have busy lives. The team has certainly been busy behind the scenes getting to this moment. And just take a deep breath and enjoy being amongst this enormous diversity of work. And whilst we absorb that, I also want to acknowledge on behalf of WAFTA the traditional custodians of the land on which this venue stand, the Wadjurunga country, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. As the women in Kimberley will say of the emerging, the generation that comes along behind, which is a wonderful term. My name is Martine Van Zillen. I've been involved with the exhibition committee to make this exhibition possible. I'll be your MC for the afternoon. That makes it sound like it's going to be a really long event, and it's not. We're here to celebrate the artists, we're here to celebrate the works, but there'll be someone who crochets the individual pieces together, and that's me. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you the chair of WAFTA, as it's affectionately known, the organisation Sasha Barker.
Thank you, Martine. So my name's Sasha. I've been the chair for just a little over a year at WAFTA. It's been 2 years since the last exhibition, which was 25 plus, which feels like a while ago, but it was even longer since the last members exhibition, which was Hanging by a Thread at the Homes of Cook Gallery. So it's really exciting to have everyone together again. So just some updates on the progress we've made and the changes since then is we have a very new committee, and I'd like to introduce our treasurer, Pip, Caitlin Stewart, our secretary, Deirdre Robb, whose membership isn't able to be here today, but she does have work in the exhibition, so spot that one. And then, yeah, Papa Deirdre. And then Annette Davids is our representative in Albany. And then we have another regional representative in Busselton, who is Laura Lee Smith as well. And Joy Scott is here today as well. She's our vice chair. So we're a very regional committee. We are spread from Jurien Bay down to Albany, and we get together virtually. And it's amazing, I think, what's been able to accomplish. We've got nearly 227 members at the moment, which is phenomenal. We have a new website, which is very exciting. And we also have a new members exhibition, which is ReGEN. It's all about new things, new life, new growth, new ways, new techniques. So thank you for joining us here today, and we really hope that you enjoy the celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha, for those wonderful words and the introduction of an amazing committee to everyone. Members of WAFTA get the monthly newsletter, and there's names of committee members, but this is also a chance to meet them in person, so make the most of it while you have the chance this afternoon. And our person doing the official opening of our exhibition this afternoon, I'm going to stand a little bit closer to it because I don't often get the chance, is Fiona Stanley, as the welcome back. Many of us will be familiar with Fiona's work, a renowned, esteemed epidemiologist with an enormous amount of research and proactive work into child health research. Led an amazing team at Telethon Institute. We realised we have close connections via that way, but that's not matter. Really lovely. But one of the things also with that preventative research and work in remote communities statewide is also focusing on social and emotional well-being, which the Telethon Kids Institute is currently running an exciting program. It's about social and emotional well-being through the arts, which quite a few of us in this room, including myself, are also involved with in outreach communities that we work in. So it's really exciting. The other thing also, Fiona is a Fremantle resident, so that's another. And also, in her, I don't think she ever retired, Fiona, but she's taken up stitching as a dear friend of Susie Vickery, who has worked in the exhibition today. So that's how the ball started rolling, with a needle and a thread, and just this beautiful connection. Please give a warm welcome to Fiona Stanley.
A lovely feeling. I'd just like to start by also acknowledging that we're on Water, and whenever I acknowledge the First Nations and the Landers and the Sea, I like to mention the impact of what that's been on the families and children today. I've just given 2 hours of evidence in the Cleveland of suicide in Katarina on Thursday, and so it's very close to me all the time. I also want to acknowledge Susie Vickery. I'll get back to you. But it's actually a wonderful story for me. I moved down to Fremantle, I always wanted to. Pink's now living in my old house in Edmonds. What a stupid place to live. You've got to move. Although Kate changes there now, you know, in that beautiful area, so we're right. I think about 5 hours, you see. Oxygen coming down from the ceiling if there is a matter. But when I moved to Fremantle, I was doing too many things, and I hit a brick wall. And I had quite a deep kind of anxiety and depression, which was most unusual for me, as you can imagine, and it was profound. And one of Susie's husband, Susie and Dave's friends, the person that I recruited to Perth some years ago, Dave Bergner, he then got headhunted to Melbourne, as Melbourne will always turn out with people. But he said to me, I'm very good with mental health, I'm going to come across and spend the weekend with you. But he stayed at Susie's and he said to me, there's one person you need to know when you move to Fremantle, it's Susie Vickery. Well, so I now attend, and it has had a profound effect on me, I have to say that I do attend threadies, but I'm a bit of a joke because I actually can't thread a needle. It's something I've sort of not been able to conquer really. But what I have done is 3 tapestries. Because you don't have to have any creativity of your own, you just follow the recipe. So I am now the tapestry consultant for threadies and a lot of people here who've actually started doing tapestry because they've been inspired by me. I feel a bit like Manuel. I know nothing. You was going to need the water tip, thank you. I'm not nervous. I know nothing. So, so I wanted to, oh sorry, yes, microphone, yes. So when I looked at the notes that Pip and Shona and Caitlin and Martin sent me, Regenerate, which is the theme of this wonderful exhibition, which I think I've seen almost everything here, is to reform, recreate, revive, reconstitute, restore, make over, form anew. And that's what happened to me, coming here and meeting people like Susie Vickery. So I'm no longer the anxious and depressed person I was. I must have been quite a lot to handle in those days. So apart from being a joke in threadies, it's not the needlework that's cured me, it's the women in threadies. And that's what this is all about, actually. This whole exhibition is, and of course it's good, but it's really about that companionship and that supporting each other and doing something with your hands, I think, is really good. So I think that this idea of renewal, of connection and community is something I do know a lot about. So I thought a bit of a fraud when I was asked to do this art exhibition on account of my nothing, but in fact I know a lot about what this is all about. And it has had a profound effect on the children and families that I've worked with over the years. And what I just heard today from one of the lovely people here was what would be fantastic is getting arts and craft into the kids and bags here. And this bloke, where he is actually going to do that. So, you know, you meet people in Frio, don't you? It's fantastic, you know. So, I love the comments here. It may relate to a sense of renewal. This is what the membership feel about this exhibition, the regeneration aspect of the exhibition. Renewal, growth, nurture, environment, change and reconfiguration, the recreation of senses, memory, heritage, materials, tactile aesthetics, the natural world, relationships or spirit, to name a few. It's like the whole world. But what I particularly liked was this is from you, Sasha. In this exhibition, artists have used such materials as fencing, mirrors, bottle caps, bottle caps, leaves, shells, human hair, tea bags. I suggest that you try and identify where all these are in the competition. A flag, marine rope, silk, perspex, copper sheeting, wire, a loaf tin, pearls and wood. They have woven, felted, embroidered, hammered, embellished with sequins, used calligraphy, dyed botanically and naturally, crocheted and bound, collected and found. And if you look around, it's an absolutely extraordinary use of everyday objects, but to tell a story about friendships, or about, as the wonderful letters in the old postman's bag there, about connection and about keeping connections. Or the wonderful which I just bought, so that's the red dot on the bottom behind Susie's mind, which is a hanging about domestic violence in a most extraordinarily clever way. So I've actually bought it because I want to give it to Marcia Mantle in Melbourne, who, if you know who Marcia is, she's the outstanding Aboriginal professor there who's done a huge amount of domestic violence. So she's absolutely wonderful. And there's a quote from an anthropologist working at Duke University. We empower each other in unexpected collaborations and combinations. We become with each other or not at all. And with apologies to the men here, women do this so very well, and it's just so gorgeous. And I bless, I don't bless, I just reflect almost daily how lucky it is that I've been a girl in my boy. Because it's been just so much fun, actually. But also, that wall hanging sort of epitomises a lot of the differences between men and women. But I know that all the men in this group from Fremantle are absolutely fantastic, feminine men, so we're all right. So I also just wanted to mention there's a 90-year-old woman who has exhibited for the first time, the lovely little brave wall hanging there, this year. Now I don't know if she's here.
Maureen?
Sorry, you're 89.
86. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike.
You don't even look 80.
Oh my gosh. You get younger every day.
So this is just so exciting for you. It's so beautiful, and this is what it's all about. I mean, one day I might even exhibit one of my tapestries. Well, perhaps not. So really, in opening this ReGEN, I acknowledge that this craft and art is therapeutic. It's enormously important for our mental health and our well-being. I wish government realised that more and invested a lot more into the arts as a community activity, because it's a really cost-effective thing to do. get the Reach person up in Fremantle, should we lobby them for more support for the arts, particularly for children and young people who are marginalised and don't have those opportunities, who aren't at these private schools, etc. And it's therapeutic for everybody. It's certainly therapeutic for you guys. I can see that there's a lot of incredible beauty, but also painstaking work, and also there's a sense, of maybe a comment. So that's the kind of thing is, if you can tell a story, that's incredibly therapeutic. But it's also all the families and networks that you interact with, because you're actually with a person when you're doing all this stuff, so you're not so annoying. So there's a whole network of people who benefit from this. And of course, it's beneficial to us, the people who can wander here on a nice rainy afternoon and have a look at all of this and be with friends. That, to me, that's my idea of having a bit of therapy. But of course, it's also art. It's beautiful, creative art. So you've got all these wonderful things that this particular exhibition epitomised, almost as much as any other. I know it's part of the IOTA 24, which I think, due to again my mentor Fibre, I know a little bit about. I've been to everyone now, so that's very good. So I'm really honoured and excited to declare ReGEN open.